And we are back with the deck profile. So I kind of like what I did during the Atlantimer meal, which is the breaking down of each component of the deck. So I'll just start off by saying, as mentioned, is the Curious Nightmare. The way I play Spyral compared to my other decks is kind of like go big or go home, or high risk, high reward. So it's almost at the point that there is no comeback at all. So it's all about just, and we know Spyral is all about just going first and just stopping your opponent from playing. So that's what I've been going for. So this deck, you see, it's a little bit, yeah, you can say it's silly, it's stupid, like Phil, you don't have a comeback, how are you gonna survive? Well, that's the thing, I don't plan to survive. I plan to hopefully not break, because there are so many cards that break in this card. I mean, at this point, this deck is super bricky, just to go forward again. So cards are all in their category as usual. Let's start off with the extra deck. Linkribo, Dullahan. So let me just explain why I play Dullahan. I play Dullahan because it's easier to go into Curious since there is the Dark. As we see in the combo, there is no need for Princess Sprite and to do crazy stuff just to go into everything. And the thing is, Princess Sprite is pretty cool, especially if you discard and you draw into a spell card, for example Called By, and that's very effective. Or something like that, or maybe you draw into Dark Magic Veil, to allow you to continue your play. But I thought to myself, what, it's alright. Dullahan's effect of reducing the live attack points makes no sense, but it's alright. So kind of play Dullahan for the Curious thing. Let me just bring this card forward. So these are the Virus cards. So Virus Berserker, Swordsman, Curious herself. Yeah, I believe Curious is a female. Yeah, Curious herself, and the one and only Celine. Barricade Bog, Phoenix. Again, Barricade Bog is a good. Let's just go back for Barricade Bog is a good card, especially if you don't have like a good starting point, and then you're kind of stuck, and you got like Rescue Assault in your hands. It's a good card to go. And Phoenix is kind of like that backup of Barricade Bog. Access code, end games. To finish off the game stuff. Not yeah. And then back then I kind of was testing the synchro route. As you see, Jet Synchron was there. Yeah, I played Jet Synchron and Destrudo. What am I even saying? Okay, but anyway, Savage, Helki, just extra play. So these are extra play. This is more like an extra board if you want to. Helix, obviously just one Helix, Apollosa, Trigate, and Gryphon. So pretty much the common stuff as we see in Spyral. Set that aside, the camera. Let's go into the different categories. Let's start off with the hand trap, since that's what we can move aside fast. So cross out, 3 Ash, 2 Called By, and 1 Maxi. Yeah, 1 Maxi is kind of enough, because I feel 2 again, go big or go home, so kind of just Maxi at 1. And we're gonna look into the Curious Gryphon package. Anti-spell fragrance, vanities, and if just say you got and 2 Foolish Barricades. If you have Foolish Barricades in your hands, you don't need to go into Curious, or actually if you want to go into Curious, then Foolish Barricades can help you to get Rescue into the graveyard. So it's how you want to play, but usually I use Foolish Barricades to dump either of this, and see how it goes. So Curious Gryphon, these are kind of like just to help the package to go on. So that's the Curious Gryphon package, and we're going to go into the extra stuff, or you want to call the Synchro Virus stuff. So Synchro stuff, the Strudo, Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is good, especially if Curious can mill it off, allowing to eat some of the rescue, but if not, it's alright. So the Strudo is kind of like the continuous play, to allow Helki to go forth, and then obviously 0 Day for the virus stuff. Terraforming, kind of love and hate terraforming in this deck. But it's good to grab rescue if by any chance you do not draw into queue and you need resort to come out. So we're gonna we're gonna keep the Spyral package for last. We're gonna go into level 1 stuff. 3 Magician Souls, 3 Rare of Dao. I've been testing 3 or 2. Sometimes I feel like I don't get into my Magician Souls and queue much, so I feel like 3 Rare of Dao, 1 for 1, lovely card to have it here. And we're gonna go into the magic stuff, or spellcaster stuff. So Illusion of Chaos for Magician Souls, Preparation of Rites for Illusion of Chaos, a good bait too, especially if you have all the pieces in your hands. 2 Dark Magic Wheel, used to test 3. Again, it's up to you, just like we have Dao, how you feel. So Dark Magic Wheel, you pay 1,000 to bring back a spellcaster. You can bring back Magician Souls, but usually I use it to bring back M, to carry on the whole combo. So level 1 stuff, spellcaster stuff, kind of very close to each other. So we're gonna go through the Spyral stuff. And Spyral is kind of like pretty common. Not a lot of cards inside. So 3 rescue, 1 assault, 2 resort, usual, 1 last resort, 2 M, 1 super agent, 1 slipper, 1 drone, and 1 Q, and 1 big raid. If you're wondering why I do not play several drones or several super agent, as mentioned before, it's literally just go for it. Like just don't bother and just play it if it's possible. If I break, I lose. Yeah, if I can go full, I go full, and I'm satisfied and I'm proud of it. It's just just a pleasure in it, of that idea. So how did I move from that usual, as you see, Trigate stuff, I keep saying usual Trigate stuff means the Apolloso Trigate and all that without Curious Gryphon, fully utilizing rescue. Why do I go into Curious and Gryphon? Why suddenly play Curious and Gryphon? Because I feel that Curious and Gryphon is kind of good, especially we are at the point of having so many special summons, and some people play so many spell cards. So that's where I was like, okay, so it looks like we might have to play either Vanities to stop them, or anti-spell fragrance, to stop them. Well, obviously you can say, Phil, Trigate can negate and banish a spell if you co-linked and everything. I'd rather not use that. Like in the combo, just say I don't have anti-spell fragrance, so I already stopped them from special summoning. But what happens? They lightning storm, they Raigeki. Some people are lucky, and all that. Feather duster. So kind of Trigate is that last resort, and it's the same thing again that I would say that if the person has Raigeki, lightning storm, without anti-spell fragrance is quite difficult unless you play it in the deck. Then cross out would be something to be good at. So that was the whole idea. And I mean, now looking at the Splight stuff, well, I recently played with Kelvin last Sunday. He was trying out, still learning, and I brought out Earth Machines. I was tweaking it after I played against Sean, into the 3 skill drain and everything, and I realized special summoning, so I was like, hey, maybe this may still work, with the whole Vanities thing, but it's individuals thing, because Virus do take up 3 slots, so 2 slots in the extra deck at 0 day, 1 slot in the deck. Why do I play Virus? Because I feel relying on the whole rescue, sometimes I tend to make mistakes, so at least the Virus stuff allows me to create more plays, and I don't need to use Q sometimes. Q actually doesn't get banished, as we see in the combo. Sometimes Q just remains, and maybe I use 2 rescue at the most, or 1 rescue if possible, depending on the cards at hand. So pretty much just a quick one. Spyral is quite straightforward. As we know, this deck started off in the TCG and now it's just living in the OCG. Very, very much just straightforward play. Yes, this is not a second turn, like obviously you side deck into if you're going second and everything, but this is not a deck that I'm playing that I'm gonna set like Salomon Great, or Earth Machines. Okay, let's set a few cards, maybe set some cards, let's get the stuff and we're gonna come back. No, this deck is just no comeback. Super bricky, super no comeback. Obviously that sounds absolutely dumb to play with, but I just like it. I just like how I play this Spyral. I just like how Spyral is this going first and just lock your opponent down, stop your opponent from playing, which that's what Yugioh is these days. And it's just like I mentioned again, it's just the pleasure of doing that. But at the end of the day, you can always play a safer route. Yeah, this is definitely not the safe route. This is more of the go crazy route. Again, I'm curious to see how the GoPro Hero 4 silver footage turns up, including the voice. Thank you very much for watching, and you all have a great day.